reflection of what you've got going on vibrationally because of what you're talking about or thinking about, what you're remembering, what you're observing, what you're fantasizing. What's active in your mind right now is one facet of why you feel the way you feel. But the other facet is you have a source within you, an inner being, who has an opinion about the exact thing that you are focused upon. Not something else, the exact thing that you are focused upon. So when you find something in your world troubling, and you focus upon it, and you feel worry, the feeling of worry is simply, and we don't want to diminish it, but it is simply, we want you to get the concept of this. It is simply the fact of a differing opinion between what you're thinking and what the source within you is thinking right here, right now. When you find someone and you fixate on their flaws and you acknowledge their shortcomings, even if they are obvious, even if everyone you know would agree with you, as you focus upon someone and you find a reason to diminish them, you find an opposing opinion every single time from the source within you, who no matter what you think and no matter what justification you have for your disgust or disdain for that person or situation, your inner being is still loving them. Which causes some people to say, then my inner being is more crazy than I thought. Maybe my inner being needs more information. Maybe I should explain or justify why I feel this way. But the more you justify or explain why you feel that way, the worse you feel, because the more you practice the vibration that keeps you from fully allowing yourself to experience the fullness of the clarity and the love and the knowing and the vitality that is source, you see. So this guidance system is perfect. You just got to figure out how to make it work for you. And the way you make it work for you is by first acknowledging that it exists. I have an inner being who offers a frequency, and when I offer a frequency, my frequency blends or doesn't. My frequency blends or resists. I'm up to speed with who I am, or I've got resistance in my vibration and I'm not up to speed with who I am. The better I feel, the more I'm blended. The worse I feel, the more I'm not blended. The better I feel, the more I'm tuned in, tapped in, turned on to the frequency of my source. The more I am allowing myself, here now, to be an extension of source. An extension of source, a leading edge version of source, a pioneer of source, you might say, out here mixing it up, exploring the contrast, coming to new awarenesses of what you want. It's why we always ask you, do you know what you want? Do you know why you're here? Are you enjoying the expansion of your desire? These are important questions, because if you are enjoying the expansion of your desire, that means life is causing you to know about new things that you want. Because you cannot have an exposure to life without coming to new awarenesses about what you prefer. And when you come to that new awareness about what you prefer, the source within you moves fully, completely into the vibrational frequency of the fullness of what you have asked for. But sometimes our human friends, dear hearts that you are, don't realize that source has moved there, because you are still often in that justifying mode. Like you need to explain more fully that you want that because of all the reasons you don't like this. I want more money because it's so hard not to have enough. I want more money because it worries me to think about uncertainty into the future. I want more money because without it, I can't do this and I can't do this and I can't do this. And we say, without realizing it, you're not talking about more money. You're using words more money, but your vibration is focused upon the absence of the more money that you want. And your worry or concern or disappointment, or even that feeling of envy that you have for those who seem to be more affluent, those emotions that you feel that don't feel good are your indicator that while you may be using words that sound positive, you might even have a smile on your face, the emotion that you feel is letting you know how your frequency stacks up with the frequency of who you really are, all that you've really become, and what you want. Focus usually sounds like zeroing in, getting more specific, and that kind of focus is really fun when you're really in the flow. In other words, the more in alignment you are, then the more focus, specific focus, really serves you. But focus, unless you're really in alignment, doesn't serve you. So then you want to focus general rather than specific. That's what this little run was about. It was about focus, but it was about finding emotional words and giving attention, which is all focusing is. Let's choose a word. Someone said fun, and that's a good one. Let's take a little softer one. Ease. Just hold the idea of ease. Ease. And when you think about ease, fill it in with other words that remind you of ease, like relax and easy and soft and gentle and what else? Trust, letting go, comfortable. Now you're focusing. You're focusing. And it seems to most people like, oh yeah, blah, 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 blah. But this is the work. Because you were born, you have seen, you have explored, you have experienced the contrast, you've given birth, you've put it in the vortex, it's in the vortex. Now it's time to prepare the environment that allows what's in the vortex to flow into your experience. And so start with that feeling of ease. Now, as the momentum begins coming and you stay in the flow, now you will be inspired. This is what we really want to say to you. If you can find that place of chilling that allows the stuff to start moving from the vortex into your grid, as it moves, the specific focus will be part of the process. In other words, you will be inspired to the specifics that allow the momentum to continue. It's like when you jump out of an airplane, you don't have to worry about keeping your speed up. Or when you're on an incline, you stop pedaling usually. Or you let up on the gas a bit. You get a sense of what we're talking about.
Yes.
So if you trust, that's a good word, if you trust that what you put in the vortex is there, and it is, and now you are using your focus to focus yourself into enough ease that will allow the momentum to begin. The momentum will carry the rest. And something like focus or impetus or speed is not part of the process. You don't have to keep momentum going. That's what we want to say. You don't have to keep momentum going. You just have to stop doing that thing you've been doing that slows the momentum. There. That's the answer to all things. We're done. Go home. That's the answer to all of it, isn't it? Just stop doing that thing you're doing. So that's why you want to just go as general as you can be. And the focus will be part of the natural momentum. It'll get clearer and funner and fuller and faster and more specific. And the specifics of it will show itself to you. And if you can resist the temptation to become impatient in the not being able to spell it out, and hold yourself in that general expectant place of trusting that it's coming, then everything will unfold in such a beautiful way. And you only want to slow your focus down if your focus is causing you to be so specific that you're beginning to feel a little bit of discomfort. In other words, it's keeping your ear to the ground on how you feel. And in the moment that you feel a little dis-ease, go general with your statements. That's when you want to back up. I'm on track. Everything's all right. Don't have to worry about this. The momentum will be natural. I don't have to create the momentum. It's not my job to fill my grid in. I've done the work. I came and I explored and I put stuff in my vortex and the cooperative components have been gathered, and now my singular work, it's what the art of allowing is. My singular work is to prepare my vibrational grid. You see, what happens is the more you relax and the more you meditate and the more you look for positive aspects and the more you allow yourself alignment with who you are, the more you'll click into that core grid. And when you click into that core grid, the energy that moves up through it is so powerful that, like our friend said, you become a magnet for things that you weren't a magnet for before. You clicked in. You really didn't know how it was that you clicked in. And suddenly things start coming to you that were not coming to you before because you found a new vibrational stance because you clicked in with that core grid. That's really what we're wanting to guide you all toward. To understanding that everything that you are is radiating up through you if you will allow it. But you have to stop doing things that don't match it. So this may be a good picture. So your grid from your source is general in nature. It's love, it's sureness, it's certainty, it's well-being, and it's strong, powerful. So here it is, and see it as sort of like a shaft of light coming up from your feet. That might be a good way to picture it. This energy stream, this core grid. And let's say that you're unhappy about something, so your grid isn't clicking in. In fact, it's bouncing off. Or you're uneasy about something, or you're remembering a past experience that wasn't pleasant, or you're worried about not being prepared for something, so you're not allowing it. But then you sleep. And when you sleep, you stop offering a vibration. And when you stop offering a vibration, your grid comes into alignment. And when you awaken, there you are back in your power till you remember what happened. And then you sleep again and you come back into alignment with your core vibration. And then you wake up and you remember, gotta go to work. Toys are all over the living room. And then you learn how to meditate. You quiet your mind. You stop thought. And as you stop thought, you stop resistance. And as you stop resistance, you come into alignment with who you are. And you don't really know what you're feeling, but you're feeling this detachment and this power, this really general. And in doing so, you've adjusted your vibration. Now, you're probably going to get back into your day and you're probably going to get out. But every time you chill, every time you relax, every time you meditate, every time you acknowledge what this feels like to be in alignment, it makes it easier for you to get there next time. Easier for you to get there next time. Until you begin to prepare, create, establish a pattern of vibration that is non-resistant. And as you establish this pattern of vibration that is non-resistant, now, all of the things that you've been asking for, in perfect timing, flow just like water flows downhill, right into your experience. And as they flow in, you begin to catch the momentum of those. Really, what we want to say to you, we think it is one of the most profound conversations that we've ever had. What we want to say to you is, the only thing you ever need or want to focus on is focusing yourself out of resistance and into alignment. And use the simplest of tools. Pet your cat. Put your feet in the jacuzzi. Lie on the beach. Lie in the sun. Go get a massage. Listen to music that makes you feel good. Do anything that you can do to relax yourself out of resistance. And as you practice that place of non-resistance, your grid will fill in with all of the components of all of the things that, all of the goal setting, all of the reaching, all of the things that you have been previously believing were your work to do. Did you hear what we just said? Yeah. Your only point of focus is preparing your grid. And the filling of the vortex into the grid will be all of the specifics and all of the wonderful things. People will come, you'll have conversations, you'll become animated, you'll all want to talk at the same time. The ideas will keep flowing, it just gets better and better. Your energy gets higher, you recognize your power, you come to understand your true knowing, you begin to feel the fullness of who you are, you get tuned in, tapped in, turned on, you begin to recognize the beauty in others. In your alignment, you feel happy about where you are. You see the beauty wherever you are looking because in your alignment you are not able to see otherwise. Your words come out of your mouth at the perfect time and others are uplifted by the things that you say. In other words, really friends, it all takes care of itself. All of this goodness and all of this advantage and all of this wholeness and all of this help that you're wanting to offer to others becomes just second nature. It happens to you because you did the only thing that mattered. We've enjoyed this interaction more than words can explain, and we've been way out there on the leading edge. We want to compliment you on your willingness to sit and listen to us talk incessantly,